we on?
We are.
We are? Well, episode 4.
Is it?
It's incredible. Yes. So
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. So I was just thinking, the first time when I came first in the United States, and I went eating outside to Olive Garden.
Okay. Oh.
And so they had the pasta there, and
They give you the free salad, right?
no, yeah. So the lady came with the cheese, and she was just having like shredding the cheese on top of
Oh, and you say stop, right?
No.
Oh.
She says, say when. And I say like, what the fuck does that mean? Say when? And then I said, she started going. Then I said, when? And she looked at me and she's like.
So I said different video. It was the guy, and it was the same story. She asked him to say when he want to stop, and he was just looking at her. She keeps going.
Oh man, that's crazy. So I wanted to start this podcast actually by there's this line that I always liked from this movie, The Princess Bride.
Okay, what is that?
There's the guy that says, "My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die." That is the craziest.
Oh,
That's very iconic.
yeah. It's plenty of iconic
Yeah.
lines. So how you been?
Yeah, pretty good. Just finished work. We
Okay.
work.
Good. Good.
We work. Having a full-time job.
Yeah, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is. This is
our fun job.
This is our fun job. Yes. And that's the greatest thing. And I want to say, we got 31 subscribers and
At the time, correct.
31 wonderful souls that decided to follow us. And my thing is that I'm very grateful that there is even one person that can listen to us.
Oh yeah, the hope, especially like long podcasts. It's
and if even if we can change one person's life for the better, I'll still be grateful, because before getting to 2, you first have to be at 1.
Correct.
And at 0. So that means that we really appreciate the time that you guys put just to listen to what we have to say.
We published many shorts, especially from the Dawn's episode. And
yeah, that was a nice episode.
There was a nice algorithm went up, and we gained some views. Then I've noticed that like the channel gained like new functions, and after that, kind of like algorithm seems to like cut this. So we'll see how it goes.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it's all weird.
How that works. But the thing is, like, nowadays when creators start, there is the chase toward the increasing the subscribers number. So wouldn't it be 1 million subscribers in 6 months, or in this much time, or in this much time, and push. And the only thing you see, like, plus YouTube is very good at putting metrics on you.
Correct.
And showing you everything. And so sometimes you may lose sight that you're already doing something. And
it's very addictive, because I've been doing social media stuff since like years ago, and like all the numbers, those are really addictive.
Yeah.
When I was doing those shorts with Dawn, I honestly I saw the numbers going up, and I couldn't sleep. I was like, I want to do more.
Yeah.
I want to do more and create more videos. But it's not a good way. We don't want to get overwhelmed.
There is this principle. I don't know how you call this principle, but I noticed in my life that the time when you stop caring about something that you used to chase, then good things start happening.
Correct. That's because you just do that, and if something happens, there's no pressure.
Like when you do your own thing and you just don't think about the outcome or the result, you just focus on the process, and you don't focus on the result, then good things start coming.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So we just want to keep doing that for fun and see how it goes, and no pressure.
Yeah, shall we say we have another project going on YouTube?
Yeah, definitely. If you wanna.
Yeah, so we have
say the name,
this channel. We initially started our initial venture on YouTube was with this fitness channel on nutrition, and it's called The Band Impact. Correct. Charlie here, he's a wonderful videographer, video editor, music creator. He got all the technical skills. And on the other side,
You're the face,
I'm the face of the
knowledge.
channel and create all the contents on the videos, and we decide together on what to do next. And this is called the Band Impact, and we focus on training, workouts, nutrition, with
Plenty of recipes. That's my
recipes.
favorite type of the video, and something I literally learned a lot of stuff. Like when we did the protein bars recipe, I still keep doing those bars like once in a while, and it's like plenty of knowledge. So we don't get like thousands of views like right away, because it is what it is right now. But if we would do that back in the day, like in 2010, for sure we be now in the
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
Well, I'm
and-
pretty sure like the more time, the earlier you start at something, the better.
Correct. Because like what Don said here at this place, he said that starting the business in the 60s was easier because now it's more people, more restrictions, more rules, stuff like that. And the same was with YouTube. Like back in the day, everybody was like joking about that. There was like no YouTubers. And after that, people started becoming like stars and making money, and then people realized, hey, it's a good way to make a business to do that. And then it all was like a boom, and now everybody wants to make videos, everybody wants to speak, to be out there, create so many.
Well, that's because people have seen the potential. Like,
Correct.
because you look at the few hyper successful channels, but look at Mr. Beast, or look at for podcasting, Joe Rogan, you know, and others that have.
Have you seen his latest
views.
video?
Joe Rogan?
No, the Mr. Beast.
The one when he
Lamborghini?
shreds the Lamborghini.
This
No, I
ridiculous.
haven't. No, I just looked at it and he said like, oh,
It's
man,
ridiculous.
this is so stupid.
Well, at some point, but
I mean,
on the other
it's
hand, on the other hand, they also are
catchy, I
helping
think.
people. They have like all the channels with charity. Like I watched today his short about they just went to somebody's home and say, hey, we're gonna renovate your house. So they, plenty of good things as well. But this is the scale like we would never expect. This is crazy.
Well, you never know.
All over the world.
And that's the other thing, that nowadays, one clip there is that it goes viral, and then all of a sudden, from day to night, you have hundreds of thousands of subscribers just because of that one clip. You
Correct.
know, and you never know when lightning strikes.
Might be whenever, might be never, because it's so much content out there.
Yeah, and that's why at the same time, like, you put yourself out there. And to me personally, I never expected that I would be that I would have, if it wasn't for you being here, I would have never done anything like this, because I always thought it's been like 2 or 3 years that I've been thinking about having a podcast or doing a channel or doing something. But I never really had the courage to step out, because to say, who's going to listen to me? What do I have to say? But then thinking about it, well, maybe I do have something to say, because everybody has a story. Everybody has a skill in a way or another, no matter what that is. And that's going to be, somebody's going to find that skill or what you have to say useful. So who knows?
Everybody has different niche.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And I've always been passionate about fitness. I went to school for it, exercise science. So I said, well, let me just get out there and let me spread some knowledge and maybe help some people out. You know?
For sure. Some people watch it, and it's like a lot of good knowledge. But
you never know, because there is so much information out there about fitness.
Oh, yeah.
That with the current influencer things and with the TikToks and the YouTube and the shorts and this and that, where everybody flashes the shredded body, that it's really unrealistic to some extent.
Yeah,
you cannot be shredded.
Yeah, last time even I saw
forever.
I saw the reel on Instagram with the guy. He's like a fitness guru as well, but he was literally showing like other fitness people profiles, and like there is one girl and she has like 3 million followers, and she posted 2 pictures with some screenshot of something, like one after another on the story, and she probably missed click that, and she posted one real and one photoshopped, and on the photoshop, like, they increased her butt to make it bigger and like muscles here. It's easy when you open the Photoshop, you can just stretch. It's not the purpose, but some people can do that, like just stretch your bicep, but it's easy to see, you know, and
Well,
they do that.
To me, the difference is that, okay, you got the looks, especially girls. I want to see some content that can be applicable to my life, that can be useful, you know? It's not just having skin tight clothes and showing your butt toward the camera while you do squats or you do exercises with mini weights, you know, and you can make that pass for something that is useful to people. Well, no, at that point, people are not going to look at you because of your exercising skills, but just because of your body. You know, that's what happens with I think with most,
especially
females.
in this time of our lives when the social media only.
Well, yeah, it's like more clicks, more eyes, and I look at those shorts. And
well, but are you surprised? I'm not. Like when you see all the hungry people, like they see the butt and they want more, so they click and search for more content.
But that's the thing, because
it creates.
But maybe the majority of viewers is men too. So
apparently,
they just click.
Even our audience, it's 80% men.
Yeah, I mean, exercise is more like, it's always been like this masculine thing of getting bigger muscles, getting stronger, faster, shredded, you know, all that stuff. But sometimes people don't know how realistic, really, you can achieve some goals, you know, because even, for example, when you look at superhero movies, you know, you see Thor is shredded, Superman, Henry Cavill, you know, Hemsworth, he's shredded. However, you do not know that first of all, they might take PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, just to get to that role and to get bigger muscles and to be.
There's plenty of
like
options.
Ben Affleck when he did Batman, he was on roids to get that body that he had. And then the other thing is that they prepare for that scene, so they will be dehydrated for that scene in order to look drier, in order to look shredded a little bit more tight, and then
plus the camera angles,
the oil,
light.
the light plays an immense role in those shots.
Oh yeah.
And then you see that physique, and then there you go, say like, oh man, I want to be like
them,
like Wolverine, you know, like the body, you know, the program, this and that, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I want to be like that. That's really not achievable for everybody.
Correct. And then you kind of compare to themselves.
And that's the problem. But when you see that, and of course you can say two things. You can say, I admire that physique and I want to get like that because I want to get better. Or it's the thing that you envy that person at the same time.
And you're jealous.
You know?
Yeah.
At the same time, though, you want to achieve that at all costs, and you believe in your heart
that is possible.
But
it's not. I mean, I know that. And
well, I was single-digit body fat when I competed in 2 men's physique shows 2 years ago. It was an excruciating diet. I started my preparation at 194 pounds, and I set foot on stage at 165.
How long was that?
6 months. For 2 shows.
Okay.
And the preparation was mostly the diet. Like I got to a point.
So it's like a deficit, strong
calorie deficit.
What is the amount of calories you eat that time?
Well, I started eating 2,400 calories at the beginning of my diet, and I was still like in deficit. And I got on stage that week, I was eating 1,300 calories. I was always cold. I was always upset. My libido was messed up. Very low sex drive. I was always irritable. Very poor quality sleep. My adrenals, my hormones were like all over the place. Very imbalanced. Nothing good. The only good thing is that I look good. Was that I look good. I had that super six pack, and I could see the veins running down my abs.
That's interesting.
And you see some people that show pictures like that. That is hard work, man.
Yeah, I guess.
And of course, there's also some drugs that can help you sustain that. But you never. I mean,
So basically,
I cannot justify that.
If you want to build body like that, you have to have deficit, eat a lot of protein, and exercise a lot, right? Heavy weights.
Oh yeah,
And then
I was training twice a day. I
Oh.
was lifting weights in the morning, and I was doing cardio in the afternoon, like 40 minutes,
Huh.
because you need to get to that point.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't-
Plus
I mean-
posing and all that. I mean, it was an experience, and if you think about it, bodybuilding is not healthy. It's not healthy at all.
I mean, if you do that like for fun and just,
But it's
you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is that it's not really for fun because you're gonna pay for a registration. And I won the shows, by the way.
Oh, you talking about like the
Yeah.
competition?
I won.
I'm talking about like regular going to the gym, like for example, like what I do. It's
Oh,
just
regular.
like-
Oh no, for your health.
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
it's nothing like-
for your mental health,
just
for your body.
Yeah,
I mean,
have
that's-
fun, you
that's
know.
fantastic.
Just have
Yeah.
some break from stuff, and feel that I'm doing something, what has purpose,
Yeah.
and maybe
Oh, yeah.
some benefits in the future. But like, yeah, the competition might be crazy, and I wouldn't do that. I mean, it would be easy for me to like give up eating a lot because I'm having a hard time with eating anyway.
Well,
But-
I mean, like if you say, I want to have a challenge, I want to do something I never done, and
That's cool.
I would like to try to do this competition. I will be once and done. I've done it. That's it.
Because our bodies pretty much can adjust to stuff. Like you can be 190 and then 160, and it's then come back and
Yeah.
like the actors, they prepare to the certain role.
Oh yeah.
They
yeah.
kind of balance with the amount of calories they take.
Yeah, well,
It's all
but however, let me say this though: for in the matters of the actors, man, I would give whatever just to get paid and working out and diet. I mean, like, wow, bring it in. Like these people are paid. Somebody prepares their meals. They have a personal trainer.
personal chef.
Oh yeah. I mean, you really gotta do nothing. You just gotta work out, and yeah, of course it's hard. You gotta do some sacrifices, because from being a superstar actor, you still gotta grind and prepare your body and prepare your mindset to get to that role and to have that physique by that time. But man, if you're disciplined and you love working out, bring it in.
You can
man.
easily do that.
Yeah, getting paid millions of dollars and
Yeah.
just work out and look good in front of a camera. What the hell?
I mean, camera changed everything. It's plus makeup.
Yeah, I mean, per CGI, I think.
Totally.
Oh, you know that, the actress Natalie Portman? So when she did the female Thor movie,
Yeah.
so they were saying, somebody was saying that she wasn't really that bulky, and they made CGI, like they made her arms look bigger,
They can do that.
while she's really tiny and skinny at the same time.
They can do everything.
Yeah, but yeah.
Plus, they have all the programs and all the skills too.
Oh yeah. They got the resources too.
And like in the Hollywood, they have special person to carry the microphone over the,
Yeah,
And this
well-
person finished the school.
Well, I mean, yeah, like
It's-
everybody wants
It's something
to get
crazy.
successful, and
Yeah.
it's a good starting point to carry the microphone and be present there, And maybe you're an acting major, but you're just holding the microphone.
Well, some people, that's their full-time job.
Yeah, well,
And
that's like when dreams go either, because let's be honest, like how many people succeed in Hollywood? Like less than 1%.
I don't know. It all depends on you. I mean,
Like
you never know.
You know how many people like went to California, like Hollywood, Los Angeles, for dreams of becoming the next big thing, big actor,
Millions, I guess.
and then they would just how many times? I mean, I don't know.
But you know,
It can happen, but
I know what you mean. But even you said in the short we made that the biggest, what was that, the greatest mistake.
the biggest mistake is knowing that you could have done a good job.
So we cannot blame people who were trying,
Yeah,
because you never know.
that's good. Yeah,
It's good to try.
It's good. Yes,
It's good
yes.
to try. So you never know. You maybe 1% might get successful, but you might be in that percent. You don't know.
You might be in the 1%.
Maybe you go there like at a certain time and you meet this person who meets you with that person, and you said you never know.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it is what it is. But I believe that.
But you need to be. They say that luck happens when talent meets opportunity.
Correct. That's what I've been told.
But I think like you need influence as well. You need to know somebody that
Oh yeah.
makes you meet
So-
someone.
I've been told that 90% it's hard work and 10% it's talent. But I feel like nowadays it's more like 3 factors: talent, hard work, and who you know. You know? Because, I mean, it's...
But how many who you know people made it? That's what I want to know. Because, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to put
Well,
down the profession of acting.
But if you somebody have like all the families, and then the dad is the director and he direct this movie, obviously he will push his children.
Daughter, yeah.
Why
Oh, yeah.
not? Why not? Wouldn't you? I would.
if
If they want,
if that's what I like to do,
I
as a
would.
profession,
I would help. Like call, hey man, my daughter wants to start in this. Yeah, fine. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. You never know. So
Yeah. So what happened today? What was an important day today?
it's a very important day for me.
Oh man, for you.
Apple announced new line of products,
Okay.
and starting with the iPhones, I mean, there is not much changes. Plus, we knew most of the changes, but it's very exciting. iPhone 15 Pro. It's very nice. It's lighter than the previous model, iPhone 15. It's also a bit lighter. They will look pretty much the same. The notch up, it's smaller, obviously. The price stayed the same as last year. And the biggest change is the port. Instead of Lightning, like Apple famous port, they changed to USB-C because Europe next year requires every phone to have the same port. So they decided to change it this year. And I think it's a great change. They also adjusted the port with their AirPods, so now you can buy them with the new port and even charge your AirPods from the iPhone. Titanium is the biggest word. The material, it looks really good. That's why it's lighter as well. The camera on the iPhone 15 Pro got better. Obviously, the processor got better. Apple has just the best processors.
I have titanium body parts.
Well,
No, it's real. They came out wrong, but
okay.
I have a titanium
Wow.
rod inside my left leg.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So there was like after some
So,
accident or?
when during my time as a martial artist, it was in the peak of my competitive career. When I was a university student, I was fighting for the 3rd year to reach the collegiate Italian championships national title for universities.
Okay.
I already won the 2 previous years, a gold medal, and I was in the race. I was in the semifinals, and I was in the best shape of my life.
How old were you?
I was 20. Well, I went to college. I was older. I was 25, I think. 24, 25.
Okay.
And so I was top physical shape and everything. I was on the under 80 kilos division, and we were sparring first round. After the end of the first round, in Taekwondo, there's points. You can even KO somebody, like a knockout. And every time you kick the other person to the chest protector, it's Olympic Taekwondo. You score points.
Okay.
And depending on the techniques, you score points. And so by the end of the first round, I was winning 10-2. It was going to be a great success. However, toward the end of the second round, I do a roundhouse kick, trying to kick him to the side of his body. And the person lifted their knee up.
Okay.
And so I cracked my tibia and fibula.
Oh.
So I couldn't continue
So
anymore.
that was the surgery.
They brought me to the hospital, and initially I didn't think it was that bad, because when I was on the ground, if you've seen some accidents with tibia and fibula fractures, what happens is that their legs is flapping around because the bone is not attached anymore. However, for me, I was able to lift my leg up because the muscles on my calves were still holding the bone together. And I could not walk. So they loaded me up on the ambulance. They brought me back. They did an X-ray machine, X-ray to my leg. And so this guy comes back, and the nurse comes back and tells me, laughing, says like, you just broke your tibia and fibula? No, tibia and fibula. And I said, like, what the hell? What are you laughing about, dude? To me, this is devastating.
Yeah.
So the worst thing for me was that I wasn't fighting anymore, and that I lost the title.
So you couldn't. Oh.
Yeah. Then surgery, and then they put this. So the fracture was clean. There were no multiple fractures, so it was just broken clean.
Okay.
And after keeping the leg in traction for a few days, actually, because I had to wait for surgery, painful, and then they put a titanium rod, like a piece of metal. So titanium, they use it for kind of prosthetics, orthodontics.
Okay.
Like orthodontics, like for bones, to mend bones, because it's biocompatible. Like your body's not gonna reject it. And so they slid that through the bone, the tibia, and to keep it together. And they put 2 screws at the bottom, 3 screws at the top, and from there, recovery. And 9 months later, I was fighting again.
Oh, okay.
And I won silver.
Nice.
And it was good.
So you were
but this time
chasing after.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I was wearing even shin guards when I broke my leg.
Oh.
This time, what I did, I used soccer shin guards on top of Taekwondo shin guards. So that was great.
Yeah.
But hey, it still hurts when I talk about it. Like not the injury, but the fact that I
miss
lost.
playing soccer. You just mentioned that.
Yeah.
Now it's winter coming. We should play soccer.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking about titanium, it's the new iPhone.
The new iPhone. Sorry about.
Yeah. It's very important.
From the titanium phone to the titanium injury. Yeah.
So from the other hand, you have Apple Watch number 9, series number 9, doesn't change. It's still the same shape as mine is 6. It's pretty old, but it's still good. I like it.
I just want to know about.
I swim with that, and
I just want to know about battery. What's the battery life for that?
it's for sure better. I'm not sure about the. We don't know yet about the like how many hours. Obviously, iPhones they don't have like those good batteries. I mean, Pro Max, it's the best battery, but it's also the biggest phone, the most expensive.
No, for the watch.
Oh, for the watch,
yeah.
I'm sure it's like up to a day and a half, 2 days maximum.
To me, I cannot justify that. It's too little.
So for you, the Garmin, it's more like a choice.
Yeah.
Because Apple, it's more like a phone that you.
I used to have it, the Garmin, the Phoenix series.
Yeah,
I
know.
had.
Yeah,
They're
I know.
very big, very large.
Which one you
way
had?
too large.
5 or?
I had the 5 and then the 6, but I returned them both because they were giant.
They are, yeah,
Yeah.
not from my hand for sure.
And now I have just a simple solar-powered
Nice.
Casio.
Nice.
and it's an atomic watch, so it keeps its own time with precision, and I really like it.
That's
I don't
awesome.
need to charge it. I don't need to worry. And
Well-
the other thing, though, about smartwatches, it's that somehow I feel like I am not enslaved, but I feel like
The notifications are kind of
something
like
else that I need to worry about. You know,
correct.
even if I like the stats and everything, but it feels like, I don't know. Like,
You're connected to the
Yeah,
all the
connected.
time. So I kind of ditched this watch lately. I don't really use it like every day. So I have like the regular Casio for like $20, you know.
yeah.
And I like it because I don't get all those notifications here. So I just wear it from time to time, and I don't need to change for the newest one. I like it for swimming. It's great because then I don't need to think about the distance I'm making,
Yeah.
and it just measures.
Well, you just count how many
Correct.
laps you do.
So this is Series 6, then there was 7, 8, and now it's 9. So this one is like 3 years old, probably 4. But the good thing about the newest Apple Watch is the biggest feature is the guest. That let's say you are baking and you have stopwatch set, so you can just do this, and it's gonna stop. Or somebody calls you and you are running, you can do this, and it's gonna answer.
Oh.
Or you want to play music, they find them some guests.
Wow, that's
So
pretty-
this is very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean that's the greatest thing ever. I mean,
Oh yeah.
that's the best.
So that's what they
improvement.
have with this Apple, those glass, you know, the VR. It's not popular yet. It's super expensive, but that's kind of the thing that they used in the Apple Watch. And I think in the next years, it will be just expanding to more and more and more. You will be like able to like do this, and the watch will feel what you're doing, and you will be able to like adjust certain actions to like do this or this finger, this. I mean, it's cool for sure.
What does the phone do if you do the middle finger?
You know,
It's gonna do something. It's gonna make a strange sound.
no, it's
or
gonna tell
say,
somebody to.
Or it's gonna say somebody fuck off. You
Yeah.
know, with the.
So the other watch is this one, the Apple Watch Ultra, number 2 now. It's the same price, $799. It's designed to be like a workout. It's also bigger watch. It will be like too big for my wrist for sure. But the battery. It's better. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take, but I guess like 3-4 days probably. But it's more like diving, bigger water. You know.
Yeah, you know,
going to mountains.
I have a Apple phone. It's an iPhone.
Which one you have?
It's an iPhone 13 mini.
Okay. So
So
the last one with
Yeah,
mini.
I chose that one because I like the smaller size, and it was still reasonably priced. Still powerful though.
Sorry.
I don't know what's funny. The smaller size, and reasonably priced, reasonably powerful, and it works fantastic for me.
That's
and,
good.
And I'm coming from. I never had an Apple phone before because I always had
Oh, yeah.
Androids,
Yeah.
always, and I loved Android. And
I knew
I say,
you
well,
were
let
torn.
let me just change, and I really like it, the functionalities, and it's great. And for me, the biggest obstacle that it is with a new iPhone coming every year, it's to me personally, folks can do whatever they want, and if they want to go and spend $1,000 on a phone, well, you can go ahead and do it, but for people living paycheck to paycheck, that is a hard choice because it is either going to be car payment, or it's going to be rent for that month. And I don't even know if you can even make $1,000 for rent. However, if you're
not now.
If you're very judicious and you say, well, I want to buy the iPhone, I'm going to start saving for it. Well, whatever, that's fine. But for me personally, the biggest obstacle will be pricing, because I cannot conceptualize spending $1,200 for a phone, and it's really not. It's not a priority, you know.
For sure, you don't need to buy every year. Like I bought mine now 2 years ago, and it's still great. It's 13 Pro.
But I still think
Still
that
phenomenal.
like other than for the USB port, maybe some chip.
No, it's
The
it's
chip
not a
is the same.
change like for a person like me. It's more like a new, if you are a first time buyer or you have like really old, it's an opportunity to get like a newer one.
Yeah, but still, there's not like some revolutionary
No,
changes.
no. I would say if you will buy the newest iPhone right now, the next time you will need to buy it's like in 5 years maybe. So if I bought like 2 years ago, there's totally no change to pay that much for, to change from 13 Pro to 15 Pro, because for what? For you know, for the titanium box, you know.
Yeah, I mean, to
It's
me,
make no
like,
sense.
hey, if phones start making coffee one day, count me in. I'll buy one that is
I will
new,
let you know.
and it's gonna be great. It's gonna have great functionalities, and it's gonna be fantastic. So phones are useful. However, phones need batteries. And my next story here from Relevant Magazine, it's about Cobalt.
Okay.
So Cobalt is a crucial component for rechargeable batteries.
Okay.
And you can find Cobalt in all kinds of batteries.
For sure, yeah.
Electric cars, cell phones, smartphones, computers, all kinds of stuff. And however, if we know that how Cobalt is mined in some parts of the world, it's like it makes you feel kind of bad a little bit, because, for example, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, you got these giant mines, open air mines, where women, children, men, just to earn a few dollars a day, they will just like poison themselves by touching cobalt with their hands and with pickaxes, and really trying to get those resources. And some of our big corporations, tech, they actually get cobalt in this way, in this unethical way. And I think that's something that we should think about, where we can be excited about the next iPhone, on the
same
next
is with
Tesla.
clothes, like Bangladesh.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
they
agree.
do with people. It's
I agree. And it says here that almost all lithium-ion rechargeable batteries use cobalt, and there's really not a difference between industrial mining companies or artisanal miners. Artisanal miners are these folks that just like do it by hand, and that's something that it's really terrible for them. And my thing is, what it says here, that struck me, is that around 75% of the world's cobalt is mined in Congo, and the world cannot get enough of it. The rare silvery metal is an essential component to every rechargeable battery, and is a necessary part of the booming electric vehicle industry. And it says here that we're 7.8 million EV sold in 2022.
yeah, they're growing up.
And then the number is set to explode to 66 million by 2040.
Yeah,
So
That's
to this
what it's gonna
extent,
be.
I don't know, like, what are we doing? It's like, even in these devices that we're using now, there's cobalt, and
yeah, there's nothing really we can do.
and my thing is like, we always talk about pollution or slavery. This is one kind of slavery at the same time, because these people work their asses off just to earn a few bucks.
Everything has
And we don't feel
disadvantages.
bad about it, because it doesn't happen in our backyard. It doesn't happen here in America. It happens in some third world country where
Correct.
we don't have them in front of us, and we don't think about them in a way or another.
So from one hand, you have like diesel or gas, and there in the cars they produce, pollution, and it's bad for environment. But from the other, there is like no way to create something which is going to be fully free from any, disadvantages, I think. So
I agree.
so it's even bad or worse. That's what I would say. Like,
Well, I would say that through research, if we can find, I'm not a scientist, I really don't know if we can find alternative ways, sustainable ways
Maybe
to make energy cheaper,
maybe
more
in the
affordable.
future,
You know,
years from now, who knows?
yeah, it's a
It's
tough
tough.
one.
It's a tough one because like you have energy, but what it's gonna be if we can like use everything?
Well, the same thing. Like you cannot have only electric cars.
Yeah,
It would be great. It would be great, but
well, but there is like there's a limit, certain, where it's like we're gonna hit the wall soon. Maybe I don't know.
well, because like okay, let's say everybody has an electric vehicle. So what happens next? And everybody plugs their cars in,
And then there is gonna be another problem of electricity. We are gonna be short on that, and
but then at the same time, how do you make electricity? By burning coal, or by having nuclear reactors. That's the cleanest form of energy that is available nowadays. And even if there's a minimal risk to it, for accidents. But if you build a modern day nuclear plant, you're gonna have a more efficient way of creating clean energy, I think. But it's
the nice thing is when you have the solar panels on the house, and you can
I know, but
create.
okay, if there's no sun, there's no energy. And night, there's no
Yeah.
energy.
As I said, everything is
You need to be hooked up to the electric grid
anyway.
in together with the solar or the wind, because you don't have that steady stream of energy that comes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially like there are countries where the sun is like less sun overall.
Well, yeah. I mean, look like countries like Germany or
Scotland,
Northern Europe.
Yeah.
So it's always cloudy.
Correct, but I mean, it's an idea. But as I said, like everything will have some downsides of that.
Well, my idea is like, how can we be more efficient? Like trying to be less wasteful, and at the same time create more efficiency in the process.
Yeah, it's
So
all tough.
It's difficult choices, and that's why we're not scientists.
Would you drive the electric car?
I would love a Tesla one day. I would love it, but unfortunately, that's the other issue. Many people nowadays, there's always this push for electric vehicle, but the average folk, the average person, working people cannot afford a Tesla, cannot afford an electric vehicle, because honestly, I don't have $60,000. I do not. And it's
tough. I mean, it's still like less expensive than like Cadillac Escalade or Range Rover, but it's still like expensive. The good is the tax credit is good, but it's still like a lot of.
You still have to.
And you don't want to buy used electric car. It's like
I don't know.
You don't know how somebody was using and treating battery.
I wanted to buy a Prius, but
okay,
a Prius is ugly.
It's ugly, but it's
the new Prius is beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, but still, like.
So you mentioned that you don't understand like iPhones coming every year, but the same with cars. They're coming every year, different, like even slight changes, like almost nothing. Like look, some cars were produced. Like when you look at Range Rover Sport, it's one of my all-time favorite cars. That was my dream. Not anymore though, because they break so easily. But like between 2013 and 2021, almost nothing changed. And you cannot say like maybe lights in the front. But then after almost 10 years, they changed like lights, like layout in the back, and you can tell that it's like a newer one. But so that's very interesting too.
Yeah, I mean because it's a race every year.
So I would say,
but the same thing though. Like, okay, we're an automaker, correct?
Yeah.
And we make a new model, 2023 model, 2024,
every year,
2025.
Yeah.
Like it's like there is the race of pushing to go for a new model.
Because you want your business going.
Yeah, but at the same time though, I think like take a 2-year break and make a great fucking car after 2 years.
But I guess that they will make more money making them every year. So if you are the owner of the company and you see, I'm sure they see that like not taking a break brings them more money. I don't see like why they wouldn't do that. I would say that would be great. Like the same, you have the game FIFA, right? why they bring FIFA every year when there's no change?
Well, because
people are going to buy.
Well, there's new players and,
And
they
why-
update. They
so
update
why-
the kits, the shirts,
So why
the
they don't update
stadiums,
only that?
the stadiums.
Because they want to make more money and sell another game. That's
Yeah,
how
well,
it
yeah, of
works.
cour-
It's a business.
But of course,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's
So-
capitalism. You know, that's the
Yeah. So
the
that
thing.
I think that answer our concern, like it is what it is, and they want to make as much money on us as possible.
Well, okay, when you say this, you say they want to make as much money on us as possible. This one thing you need to remember is that you are the customer and you have power of choice.
Yeah.
Because you decide with your dollars.
Correct.
And you decide if you want to buy something or not. It's not like somebody's coming and shovel that,
Yeah, totally.
that product in your
But,
face.
like-
They will do it with advertisement and commercials and
That's
shit.
the
you know?
problem. Another problem.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Like,
But I think like if a product is great, it solves a problem for me,
Yeah.
and I can enjoy it. Yeah, why not? You know.
Yeah, like my car is older, and I love cars, so I had dreams like about different car, like car from my dream. But is it worth it?
This car.
Oh yeah, maybe someday.
One day.
One day. But is it worth it? Like it drives, it gets me from point A to B. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It has acceleration, you know? It's enough. Why
Well,
wouldn't
just
I?
aim.
Why wouldn't I
Oh,
change?
man. Come on. It's like when I was in my 20s. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I used to have a shitty car.
Yeah.
My first car is called, in Italian, Y10.
Oh, never heard.
Y10. Like
Never heard.
very first. It looks like a sardines, a can of sardines. But to me, it was my first car, man. And I
That's
would
the
take,
thing.
and I paid 500 euros for it.
That's the thing.
And I was so proud to go
That's
around
how I
that
remember
little-
my first iPhone.
that little thing. It was like crazy, and I was
Yeah.
so grateful to have it.
Yeah, that's
know?
that's the thing. So
Well, it's perception. It's like you're walking on foot, and then you have a bike. That is a huge change. You know.
Correct.
Then from the bike, maybe motorcycle. Oh, fantastic. Then a car. It's like.
And then plane, then private plane, you know.
Well, yeah. Well, that's way over. But like.
But
yeah.
it is what it is, right? It's like a matter of perception.
No,
as you
don't
said.
say it is what it is. It is what you make of it. You know. It's not it is what it is. Because
Well-
if you say it is what it is, you give
But-
up to the
no, no.
perception that it's out of your control.
Well, but there are some things like car companies we are not in charge of. So
No, but
Well,
we
you-
can choose. We have
we
choices.
choose. We
Yeah,
choose,
we have
and it's our
choice.
choice. But we can still bitch about that. I don't mind.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I just want to say that I cannot change my mind, and I realized that if something is good and it's good enough, I don't need to like chase after the environment and just because there are certain things you want to like change.
What do you mean chasing after the
So
environment?
like let's say in school there are kids and all kids around they have shoes. Hey dude. And all other kids they want to have the same because environment
That's
kind
peer-
of makes pressure on you.
That's peer pressure.
Correct.
That's peer pressure, and that it means that if you buy those shoes, you're part of us.
Correct. The same with the cars when like you see your neighbor or whatever the case might be.
And
And it's like great pressure on you.
and there's no more than messed up concept than this that show group
It's
affiliation
insane.
by if you go even look at the like teenager girls,
Yeah.
they all have white shoes. They all have like
Shorts, jeans shorts.
jeans, like they look all the
All
same.
the same.
All the same.
Yeah. That's
Just because they follow fashion, and it's because you're one of us if you dress like that.
That's what I'm saying. So
if I could go back in time with the same mentality I have
Oh,
now,
yeah.
I wouldn't give a shit.
yeah, same. I just realized that I don't give a shit. It's my choice, my thing, and I'm gonna do what I'm happy
Yeah.
with. and nobody will touch my
That's because
mind.
you are more mature and you know who you are, you know what you want, and you know what your priorities are.
Correct.
When you're a teenager, you don't know what you want.
You don't have this
You don't know who
problem
you
with
are.
spend all the money on clothes.
Well, that depends on the parents too. So it's, yeah.
Well, I mean, I remember when I was making my first own money and I was
Oh man,
buying all the
how much should we make?
I don't remember. There was not much, but I was spending all the money on the clothes. I didn't even need them. So it was like
those times when Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, all those clothes. Yeah.
And what it's it is
It's nice to take care of yourself,
always
like to take care of your body, to take care of your appearance.
totally.
And you don't do it to impress other people.
Do it for yourself.
You do it for yourself.
Correct.
Same thing for me. Like if I see that you are a fit person and you're well groomed, nice haircut, beard, nice. Okay, I'll take you a little bit more seriously, and I will have a good first impression of you because I see like, oh, look at this guy.
Just do.
Takes pride in himself. That means that he will take pride in doing a job.
Yeah.
If I need to hire somebody, for example,
Yeah.
if you are a little bit overweight, if you don't care about the way you look, you're not well groomed.
You might not care about
the shirt is dirty, shorts, sandals, or pajamas.
You might not care about
I don't know
the work.
It might be excessive to think, but the nature
Of your mind.
the first impression that comes.
So-
Even you might be a genius. You might be a fucking genius of a person. You might be the greatest guy on earth, but still,
So I want to.
that's what I see.
Let me say something.
Go ahead.
So I'm watching this TV show from time to time now. The Suits.
Suits?
It's
The Suits or Suits?
Suits.
Okay.
It's 8 seasons, so I watch like once sometimes. So I'm gonna finish maybe next year. I don't know.
Hey, I'm watching Game of Thrones again. Oh,
good luck.
my God.
But
Beautiful.
I watched this series and it's phenomenal. The stories, the acting, it's just phenomenal. I love it. And the guy, Harvey Specter, he said to his associate, because it's about lawyers and like, they all wear suits, like $15,000 per one suit. So he said, first impression lost. This is so wise.
Yeah.
Because it's the most important moment when you meet somebody. And
do
you
you know
greet
it takes like few seconds to
make the first
to make an impression. Yeah,
yes, and it lasts.
Yeah.
And then you cannot like make it back, because if somebody greets you with like ugly face and like
Yeah.
It's
so you
done.
just get there
It's done.
lively. Even the way you shake your hand.
yeah, if you give this person energy when you meet this person
I
first
had
time.
somebody once just like give me their hand like this, and he was like, "Oh, come
I
on,
remember I had a guy in school and he was like,
just open." You just get the hand, squeeze it, look the guy in the eye, say like, "Hey."
I mean, not like don't take his hand like one person.
Well, no, but say like, "Hey, yeah, you can make a good deal. We can make a good deal." Like, yeah, I
just
trust
smile.
you.
Give it a
so-
good energy, and it's gonna create.
Yeah.
It's gonna create so
yeah.
much better environment.
Yeah.
So
What do you have? What other stories you have today?
So I have a very interesting story about. I have it on Instagram. So there is a page, Impact. I really like reading to that stories. They have like social stories, and they're kind of like pretty liberal, and they're posting about like many current things which like matters to them, like equality and all that stuff. And last time I saw the post, I'm just gonna read it so then we can talk about that.
Yeah.
South Korea now has the lowest birth rate in the world, and women are being blamed for choosing not to have children. That will be our headline. This year, South Korea had a birth rate of 0.71 children per woman. They're the only country in the world with a fertility rate of less than one child per woman. For context, the birth rate in the US, it's 1.66. In 2020, the number of deaths in South Korea outnumbered births. South Korea's president suggested that feminism is blocking healthy relationships and that the low birth rate is not a problem that can be solved by giving out government subsidies.
Subsidies, right?
Subsidies,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And then President's statement also likely refers to 4B, a radical South Korean feminist movement that rejects heterosexual marriage, childbirth, dating, sex. This has been in response to the culture of sexism and violence against women. In South Korea, pervasive culture of sexism, women earn 31% less than men. Working mothers are commonly discriminated against the female employees being pressured to quit after pregnancy. Married women are faced with high expectation of domestic labor. Gender-based violence is widespread. In 2021, a woman was murdered or targeted every 1.4 days. However, other well-documented reasons for South Korean women not having children include the rising cost of raising children, a poor work-life balance, and South Korea was ranked the most expensive country in the world to raise a child. So, and also South Korea is in the top 5 longest work weeks of all countries. Prioritizing work over personal lives tend to have lower fertility rates. And there is one other thing. The focus on blaming women for the low birth rate ignores the structural and systemic issues behind the inability to grow families, such as high cost of living and lack of equality for South Korean women. This is going
I
to be...
think that South Korea, according to this information, but you say there is a liberal source, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So then I do not know the research on that.
There was plenty of articles.
I do not know
New York Times.
the statistics on that.
Statistics,
But
sorry.
it's a shitstorm of things happening all at once.
Correct.
Feminism, lack of equality in the workforce, discrimination against women, the higher expectations of mother. Even on that one, I don't know what that means. Higher expectation on mothers because home labor is
You want
more.
me to read it again?
Yeah, just that part because that was not clear enough.
Okay. Working mothers are commonly discriminated against, with female employees being pressured to quit after pregnancy.
Okay. And then
Married women are faced with high expectation of domestic labor.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
There is no expectations of high domestic labor because that's sounds like adding something like saying water is hot.
Okay.
Because if you are a married lady and you have a child, and I think those cultures being more patriarchal, I would say like having more men in the workforce.
Especially in that part of the world.
They would expect that the woman would stay home and take care of the child, even if it's not the same in all Western societies. That's an Asian country. However, if you're a lady and you stay home, you take care of the child, you take care of the house, you might cook for your husband, being the only person working. So I don't think that it's really bad asking a woman actually to take care of the child and staying home instead of paying for daycare. Instead of paying for daycare,
correct.
And going out,
I would
out
say
to
that
work.
if both sides sit and talk about it, because it might be men doing the same. I mean, who cares? Like,
but
sometimes
when you say
woman gets like job and they take care of the money wise stuff, and men can stay with the child and raise the kid.
Yeah, it's a choice.
It's
I
just
did that.
Yeah,
I did that.
So it's
I was
whatever works for. Okay.
I was a stay-at-home father.
Okay.
For my son and for my daughter. We looked at each other, me and my
So you decided,
now
like,
ex-wife.
you had a conversation.
Yeah, we said like you make more money than I
Okay.
do, and After 6 weeks, she was in the military. After 6 weeks, she took extra 2 weeks. After 8 weeks, she had to go back to work.
Okay.
And that's unthinkable because there is no maternity leave.
Well,
And so there was no maternity leave. Like after 8 weeks, after you give birth to a child, 8 weeks, the time where the child needs you the most for breastfeeding is ridiculous.
Should be
she will pump the milk and she will freeze. We will freeze it, and I would take care. No.
Yeah,
I would just give her her mother's milk.
Yeah.
And I would be at home and take care of the kid. I did that for 3 years.
Okay.
And I did it for 2 years for my daughter until they both went to daycare.
Okay.
I did preschool. But it was the best time of my life.
Yeah, definitely.
For the South Korean situation, feminism, you have to know that when women enter the workforce, they should not be, if we have the same qualifications. I'm a woman, you're a man, for example.
Okay.
We have the same qualifications. We're
same
doing
skill.
we're doing the same skills, the same job. We work the same hours.
Yeah.
We'll be working at this job for the same time. We should make the same.
The same money.
We should make the same.
Correct.
Okay?
Not 30% less.
No,
For you. In this case.
that's not good.
Yeah.
For the fact of feminism, you say feminism is destroying the family.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what they say. I mean,
I think this the same phenomenon is happening here, where you have like we have equality, full equality now. And what happens is that there still are some issues, I think, in society. Is not perfect yet, but we're getting better and better better every single time.
I mean,
so I'm not saying that there is no discrimination, there is no inequality in some cases. I'm saying that there is, but it's much, 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 much less than it was 20, 30 years ago. Because according to the eyes of the law, we both have the same rights and the same opportunities.
Correct.
So once ladies have the opportunity to get a degree and to study and to work,
because years ago there was different. Like
they're more independent to make their choices, like everybody else. Okay, so the priority is not anymore on having to rely on a man to have an income, and to support themselves.
As you said, you were like at home parent, so like it's a choice of certain relationship.
But this is a really sensitive topic because
I know,
every Western society is falling behind in childbirths.
That's the problem. Like when you have certain countries,
and this is a serious issue, by the way.
I know, like when you have some countries where women are not even allowed to show their faces, like why? Why the world looks like that man has like 9 wives?
That's way deeper.
And they treat them as
that's religious reasons, and that goes beyond our understanding.
I know, but maybe someday will change a bit.
I would think it will never change. That's the way it is for them. Muslim societies are like this, and they see the woman as not fully equal with the man. I think.
Like they cannot go to work, they cannot study, they cannot take cover from their face.
But in regards to that, it's like the woman having more opportunities to pursue a career, then they create their own financial stability,
correct,
financial security, and they're not really interested in finding a mate. And so I think that's where the separation comes. And at the same time, having the discrimination, they create some kind of tension between the genders, saying like this kind of disparity creates. So South Korea is not a big country as well.
No.
Like it's not really big. And plus, if you don't have a lot of immigrant influx, new people coming in, because immigrants make more children usually than
like it's the lowest rate.
The lowest rate.
It's all over twice.
Well, take Italy is the same. The oldest countries in the world, Italy, Japan, some European countries too.
But in Japan, it's different problem. Like in Tokyo, they have too many people and they're trying to make people leave.
No, it's in Japan. It's like there's this workaholic,
Oh, that's too, yeah.
and then culture, and that's the same for. I don't know if you ever heard about this, but like students in South Korea, like really, really work hard in order to pass their high school tests, their national tests, in order to get to the best universities. And there's really like very, very few spots available. And for them, it's like really life and death.
Yeah,
at that point.
if they don't get there, they might.
If they don't-
Some of them,
if they don't
I
pass.
guess, they just,
It's
sad.
yeah, I don't know how to go about that. I would say like create opportunities for everybody, and you also need to create enough economic incentives for people to have kids. Like the cost to raise a
highest
kid,
cost.
that's really that's
So
not good. It's
The biggest problem is why government blames women.
yeah, no, I
It's
don't.
just, it sucks. And I'm glad that people are talking about it, because I'm a supporter of just equality and make everybody make their choices and respect everybody. That's my point, and I will keep it, and I will respect everybody else's point, but this is mine. And it just sucks.
I respect your point of view on equality, and yes, I want everybody to have the same opportunities, but we cannot have the same outcome.
Oh, for sure. There's
For
always like
example.
certain factors, but if the base would be, because we want to live in the world when you go for the interview or something, you don't want to be judged because you're a man or a woman.
No,
You know what I mean?
No, that thing belongs in the past. No,
I know,
even it's
but
not right.
some people, some older people, they still, I feel like they still.
Okay, listen to this. Competence, genius, curiosity, good qualities do not have a specific gender. I do not care what color you are, what do you believe, what do you want to be, whatever you say you are, I don't care.
Yeah, it's your choice.
I just want to see if you're competent, you can do the profession, the job, you're in the top 1% of it. I don't care, man.
Totally.
It's like
Totally.
we need to reward competence.
Great, yeah.
Like okay, look, in the 100 meters, right? Do we care who we want on the 100 meters? Do we want the fastest people on Earth or not? Do we, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't need to have representations in the 100-meter sprint. You know what I'm saying? So the majority of the sprinters are African American athletes because they are genetically faster than than most white people, because genetically they have more fast twitch muscle fibers. They're more explosive and faster. They have the highest ratio compared to a white person, for example,
Okay.
So you want the fastest sprinters in the world there. You don't care if you want to have some diversity in that group. You know what I'm trying to say? You catch my...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So let's have the best people.
Yeah.
And for South Korea, drop it off. Like, what the hell? And I said
The
this
government.
I said this last time. It's like you cannot have a society where you treat half of them in a bad way.
Correct.
What do you expect afterwards? Like, you need to create an environment where
Everybody feels comfortable.
no, where everybody feels comfortable. Everybody, no, not comfortable. No, everybody feels with purpose. That you make people believe that they have a mission to spread good for the good of the nation, to become competitive and competent, no matter what they are or who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Agree.
that's kind of like a sensitive topic because everybody has different opinions, and it's a very divided topic.
We should touch this topic.
Touch that? I want to
Yeah.
touch that first.
Okay. So,
That one will be for last because
Okay.
it's really nice.
So
So I
let's-
found this article here on the Morning Brew that talks about elite colleges favor rich kids just because they're rich. Here.
here we have
Here,
a news.
here.
It,
It's like,
it's been always like that.
That's not really good news.
No.
But children.
Sounds like news from 2000.
Yeah, well, like no matter what century you put this, it's always going to be true.
Yeah. Literally.
It's always going to be true. So children of the ultra wealthy are significantly more likely to get into top private university than students who are just as qualified but not as rich, according to a new study. You don't even have to do really a new study about this, but hey. There is finally research to support that stressed high school seniors have long believed the ultra wealthy have a big leg up at top universities. A Harvard-based group of economists found children from the richest 1% of families are more than twice as likely to attend an Ivy League university. Stanford, Duke, or the University of Chicago, students with the same SAT or ACT scores but lower family incomes based on admissions data from 1999 to 2015. At these institutions, the richest applicants had the highest... I see the light has changed.
No, this one died.
Oh, that one died.
We talked that long.
The richest applicants had the highest non-academic scores, which combine extracurriculars, personality traits, and recommendation letters, especially the students from secular private schools who were twice as likely to be accepted as public school competitors. Children of alums. Alums are like if your parents went to the same
school. It happens often.
Yeah, we're more than twice as likely to get in as non-legacy applicants, regardless of family income. But legacy applicants at the top 0.1% were 8 times as likely to be admitted compared to average acceptance rates for similarly performing students. 1 in 8 elite college attendees from the top 1% were recruited athletes, compared to just 1 in 20 admits from the bottom 60% of family incomes. So that's really...
There's another thing that some of the parents, they support colleges, like the rich Russian, maybe billionaires. I guess they put money.
It was during COVID that I wanted to get a Master in Business Administration,
Okay.
MBA.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading around. I really thought about this for long and hard, because saying like, I want to get a legit program there from a legit university.
What was the university you wanted?
Well, I looked at the U of M.
Mm-hmm.
I applied there, and even having business in the past, I used to have a martial arts school.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they did not have enough quantitative experience, so they did not accept my letter for admission. But the program was like very expensive, like 60K
Per year? Per year?
total
Oh,
program.
okay.
And then I saw Johns Hopkins University, a very prestigious university. It was like right at the cusp of COVID, like March 2019. I was thinking about it and was thinking to apply. So they did not have the entrance test and the SAT score, the SAT test. And then the cost was going to be 65%. And they say, oh yeah, we're willing to admit you without scores, without tests, without anything. But it was $65,000. And what I was reading is that the school you come out from has a huge impact on where you get a job.
Totally. They look.
So, of course, if you get like Harvard, Yale, Duke, and all these famous universities, you're set.
You're set.
But you're set. Why you're set? Okay. Let's say here that few people are really good at what they do and they score really high in the tests and they get in. Even if you're from a low-income family, you have access to Harvard. When you get into the hardest part is getting in, because the acceptance rates are really, 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 really low.
Correct.
It's really hard to get in. But I think that once you get in, what you have access to influence. You have access to whatever degree you get. You say, I'm from Harvard University.
And everybody wants you.
And everybody like... Yeah, just because you came out of there, and
Correct.
it's like a badge of honor, you know. Instead of saying like, "Well, I came out from this state university here," then
Yeah, like
nobody
the
has.
same with the job. Like, let's say you're looking for a marketing job in a company which is not well known. It's like local base, and you say, "I worked for Google, I worked for Apple," and they're, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah, that's a huge.
It's the same story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The name.
The name, because if you got there, it means a lot about you.
And the thing that the other thing that I believe is that the program really doesn't matter what program you did or how hard it was, you know.
Name of the school
Well,
matters.
still though, no, but I think also the quality of the teachers. There's something you cannot predict.
Mm-hmm.
The how much work you're gonna put in as a student.
Plus, what people you'll be around.
How much you want to learn. And that's the other thing about these Ivy League universities, the people you're going to be around. Because even if you're a low-income student that gets into their environment, 85, 90% of the people that go there, it's all people that have money. And that means influence. That means that when you graduate, maybe, my dad, you can, you can apply to my dad's company,
Yeah,
my
for
dad's
example.
firm, for example, and you just get in. And yeah,
You get to know people.
Well, the other thing is that former students of those universities can give donations to those universities. So they can cut a check.
Yeah.
For if you're a former student, you say, oh, if you want to help other students here and there, you can help them out.
Correct.
And Harvard University, so universities in the United States have, I don't know if are tax exempt. They have a tax exempt status.
Sure about that.
And they have endowments. Endowments are like money that the university has.
To like spread to people who needs, right?
No. Just like money that they have sitting around. So I don't know. You can search that. We can look that up. Ask like, what is an endowment? And I think Harvard University has like.
How you write it down and.
It has like. Is he here?
No.
So Harvard University has university endowments are comprised of money or other financial assets that are donated to academic institutions. Like charitable donations are the primary source of funds for endowments. So Harvard University has like $8 billion. Like
Wow.
that is insane. Like
So much.
They could pay for the education of thousands of students for years.
And they don't.
Well, of course they don't. Like, what are you talking? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're capitalists.
It's a business.
We're capitalists here. We need to pay.
But
our
also other thing
expensive-
is that when you go to the school, you can meet some people and maybe make something with them.
Well, yeah. I mean, people
Open
go.
business.
People go to college to find a mate too. You
Yeah.
know? Like to
Well,
find a
especially that-
girlfriend, to find a
especially-
husband.
Especially that now it's like really hard to meet somebody anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just like harder in this world. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you want to read the final? So do you
Yeah.
have another story?
I think we are kind of running.
We're running short.
I have
So-
20 more minutes on the camera. I didn't expect we are going to talk that long.
Well, that's the first thing that I told you as soon as we started. I say, what the hell? All right, so we have this funny story here that I found on
I can
Insider.
read it if you want.
On Insider. Yeah, go ahead.
Especially that it's very interesting for me.
It is interesting.
Yeah, some bars in wait, first the title. Bars on a popular Greek island saved unfinished drinks and resold them to tourists. Some bars in Corfu, a popular tourist destination in Greece, saved unfinished drinks and then resold them to tourists as shots. Greek authorities said that's ridiculous. What else is interesting here? Although authorities were trying to determine if establishments were issuing receipts and serving smuggled or tempered alcohol, they discovered something else instead, repurposed drinks. Local news outlets reported that some establishment collected what was left from patrons' unfinished glasses, poured into a barrel, and then later served the tourists as shots. The operation also found tens of thousands of unissued receipts and several catering establishments that were selling alcohol that might be smuggled or even tampered with. The business were forced to close for 48 hours and were issued fines, the outlets reported. 48 hours should be
They should be closed.
gone.
They should be closed for
Should
life.
be gone.
Well, that's how it works in some countries, though. So Greece.
I can't.
So thousands of receipts that they didn't write. So
Of course.
tell me what happened. I'll tell you what happens during the summer in establishments by the sea in Italy. It's where people go most of the time. That's where they make most of their money during the summer times, because there's a lot of tourism. Tourists spend money, buy drinks, buy alcohol, this and that. So what they do when they do the receipts, they either not do the receipts,
Just tell you amount.
or they write the receipts for a lower amount, because for every receipt
You pay
write,
tax.
you pay taxes on it.
Correct.
So what these guys are doing basically are evading taxes by
That's
not
crazy.
writing receipts.
It's ridiculous.
But the most striking thing is not just like you're not paying the taxes, is that you are really like doing something that you should never do, and that you're recycling drinks for customers, from customers that they just, you sip your drink and you
I
leave it at the
can't.
bar, they just recycle it.
I can't. First, it's disgusting. Second, like, those are not even that expensive to, like, if you're the company and you're buying so many bottles, why you make so much money anyway? Why would you?
But just think how much more money that it's like greed. It's greed at that point, and especially like if you have a.
It's crazy.
But you're talking about Corfu. I think
All the tourists go
I think this place is like full.
full,
It's packed.
but also so many like rich people. Like, obviously somebody is gonna notice the taste. Like,
It depends. If you put ice, if you mix it with some other drink, I mean, who cares? Do they really think? Do you think they will know? They will notice? I mean, alcohol.
I would.
Okay, the thing is, like, I think if you're mixing whiskey with tequila, I think you can find the difference, right?
Well, first you better don't do that.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know anything about alcohol, but
You can mix like brandy with cognac, but
yeah,
there's
but
some-
like you need to have one barrel for whiskey only, one barrel for tequila only.
usually they
you know,
usually the liquors are in bottles, so in the barrel they usually do like you say you have a beer, right? And the bigger beers are in keg, so some
yeah,
establishment,
but it's carbonated too.
correct,
Right? So
some
that keeps the pressure.
establishments make cocktails in like kegs, carbonate this, and to like feel the high demand for the.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
it makes
yeah.
it easier to.
Oh yeah. It
You know
makes
what I
sense.
mean.
Yeah, because you don't have
Just
to make
pre-made.
you don't need to make each drink singularly and waste a lot of
No,
time.
because like when you just go and sit at the bar and the bartender makes your margarita, it takes at least like 45 seconds, to like pour everything, shake, 15 seconds.
so you have it prepared already, and you
Correct.
just serve
You can
it.
have it, and so but it's just ridiculous, like because people there are paying so much money for the drinks, and they're getting ripped off. If I would be in charge, I would close those businesses like for good, not for 48 hours.
It says specifically, authorities investigated bars around the village of Cabos between August 30th and September 1st.
It's more than disgusting.
Between August 30th and September 1st, who knows how long these guys have been doing
Yeah,
this?
they've been doing for months, and
That's like, what the hell? People just drink and saliva and shit. It's like, can you just put it in there? It's yuck.
so disgusting. I
No.
can't. Like,
No, you cannot do that.
this is such a crazy thing.
Yeah, there are places like...
Especially that, like, I don't know. Like, usually when you sit at the bar, you see what they're doing. Like, what was the... I don't know how it, like, survived,
Well, just the few people know. That's what it is.
Maybe somebody from... I don't know. Like, I don't even want to think about, like...
No.
Somebody just drink and left over. Like, imagine that you go to the restaurant, they give you like old French fries.
Yeah, used
like,
up from somebody else. Like, no. Well, you don't know. That's the thing. You are an unsuspecting
believe.
customer.
Yeah.
You want to believe. You say like, hey, I'm on vacation. Who cares? Bring me the best.
Maybe
best drink you got.
Maybe
and
the thing is that
with some spit from another person, and you can let me drink it.
maybe the thing here is that this certain place got so busy and like so crazy that they don't care anymore.
What the hell?
It's like
though?
this is like so popular destination to go right now.
But just think about tens of thousands of unissued receipts in several carrying
But
establishments.
so many countries do that. Like you mentioned, Italy.
Oh yeah.
They just want to, especially if they have higher taxes. Like, let's say you make $100,000 and you don't pay tax on that, you have $100,000. But if you have to pay like 25%
yeah.
or 20 or whatever the case might be,
Yeah.
it's probably a big deal for them. It's stupid, but
Yeah, in Italy you have the IVA. It's like a imposta valore aggiunto. It's like a added value tax. And it's about, it was 20%, but I don't know if they raised it to 21.
Makes sense.
And the thing that I like though, when you go to a supermarket in Italy or in Europe, is that the price that you see on the sticker in the supermarket,
It's
that's
already,
it.
yeah.
Instead, when you go here to Walmart or somewhere else in the United States, they will add your taxes at the end.
The same when we were buying the camera, like the price was set, but when you added tax, it added like so much more.
Yeah, so that's one thing. Yeah. Oh,
you need to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Like when we mentioned the new iPhones are coming and one iPhone costs like $12.99, you need to add another.
Oh,
depending on where you are.
It depends how much. Yeah, state taxes.
But at the end, it makes sense because all states are like kind of like different countries, and like let's say Best Buy, the tech company, they operate in all states.
Yeah, but it's not just that. So, for example, for food, you get a different rate of taxes.
And for some products, you don't.
For
get
alcohol, higher. For tobacco, higher. Yeah. For gas, a different one. I mean, I don't know. Either just try to have a rate that is similar across all goods, or like, I don't know. It's because it becomes too much. You already get taxed on your income.
Yeah,
that's another sticky topic.
That's true.
That is a long one if we start talking about it. But hey,
as I said before, they're trying to get as much as they can.
Yeah, of course. And then waste and mismanage, of course.
Yeah.
So
are we in the deep end?
We're in the deep end.
When are we going to publish that? Tonight?
I'm just going to publish as fast as you want.
We can try.
It doesn't really matter. So for the band impact, we just for the other channel of ours, we always publish a video on Wednesdays on the afternoon. One video per week.
One short.
Few shorts when we really have the chance.
Yeah.
And if you would like to know,
we'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, if you'd like to know about fitness and nutrition, you
go
can
ahead,
check that
support.
out. And of course, if you like what you see, if we're giving you any entertainment, if we're making you laugh or crack a laugh, if we're giving you some happiness, well, just go ahead.
Maybe some spice sometimes.
Some spice in your life, or learn something that you didn't know before, because we're learning on the go here. We might not get everything right, and
we might have also different opinions
views.
About that you have.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
And we respect your opinion.
Yeah, and you can state that in the comments if you like.
Correct.
And you can go back and watch our. This is the fourth. This is our fourth episode. So far, this is incredible. It's already our fourth episode. It is true that the hardest thing it is to start. And
always.
We're here on the
it's
fourth
fun.
episode.
It's fun.
Yeah,
just,
we're really having a
our
good
light
time.
died. Sorry about that. We'll fix it next time to have it last
light.
longer.
They never last. Whatever.
Well, I can connect next time to the power.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
have it. Yeah, just let us know what you think. We respect your opinion. Tell us what is wrong. tell me if you like my haircut or no. I don't. So I want to grow, but I don't know if I will. How long it lasts?
Your hair? Yeah. Well,
We'll see.
That's a topic for another podcast. We can do 10 podcasts about hair here.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks,
folks. Thanks for
lot.
listening, and see you next time. I'm Ben.
Charlie, thank
All
you.
right.
Have a great day. Have a
great
wonderful
day.
time.
Yes.
Take care.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye.
The more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.